Hello students, this is chapter 2 in science, acid, base and salt. This is part 1 of this chapter, and in this part 1 we learn about physical and chemical properties of acid and base, identification of acid and base. So let me start here with acid and base. What is acid and what is a base? Acid is a substance that is sour in taste and change the color of blue litmus paper to red. Base is the substance that is bitter in taste and change the color of red litmus paper to blue. Here you can see that there are three beakers. In first one, acid is filled. In second one, base is filled. And in third one, a neutral substance is there. How can we say that it is acid, it is base, or it is neutral? You can see it clearly over here that in this beaker, a solution is there in which two litmus papers are kept. One is red and one is blue. We can see that red litmus paper does not change its color, while the blue litmus paper turns red. So it is acid. And here the blue litmus paper does not change its color, but the red litmus paper changes its colors as it is dipped into the solution. So that is why the solution is base. And in this solution, neither red nor blue litmus paper changes its color. So the solution has no effect on both the types of paper. It is neutral. What is litmus paper? Actually, litmus paper is a natural indicator that indicates the property, the nature of the solution, whether it is acidic or basic. Turmeric is also another such indicator, and that is also natural. As we have natural indicators, in the same manner we have synthetic indicators also. Synthetic indicators also indicate about the nature of the solution. Here you can see the reaction is being done with phenolphthalein. Phenolphthalein is a synthetic indicator. When it is mixed with acid, it has no effect. No color change can be seen in acid. But when it is mixed with base, a pinkish color can be seen. So that was the identification of acid and base by using indicators, natural indicator and synthetic indicator. These are the properties of acid and base at a glance. All together are kept over here. Acid or base solutions, effect with red litmus paper, with blue litmus paper, effect with phenolphthalein solution, and then methyl orange solution. Methyl orange is also another synthetic indicator. HCl is acid, H2SO4 is acid, HNO3 is acid, CH3COH base, NaOH base, KOH base, MgOH twice base, NH4OH base, CaOH twice, that is also base. This bracket should be here inside the two. Acid, when red litmus paper is dipped into acid, there is no change in the color. But when blue litmus paper is dipped into acid, it turns to red. Acids show no change in phenolphthalein solution in color. But acid's color turns pinkish red when methyl orange solution is mixed. In the same manner, if we go to the base turns red litmus paper to blue. But they do not show any effect on blue litmus paper. When phenolphthalein is mixed with base, reddish color can be noticed. And when methyl orange solution is mixed, the color remains yellow. So these were the properties of acid and base reactions with litmus paper with phenolphthalein or methyl orange solutions. How do acids and base react with metal? This is the picture that shows the arrangement of an reaction between acid and metal. Hydrogen, dilute sulfuric acid is used over here with the reaction of zinc granules. Zinc granules means small pieces of zinc. They are kept in dilute sulfuric acid, and when reaction occurs, the gas produced in this reaction comes out with the help of a delivery tube and goes to the soap solution. The solution is kept over here, and we observe some bubbles at the surface of this soap solution. What are these bubbles? And why do we see these bubbles at the surface of the solution? Which gas is released over here so that bubbles are formed? To know it down, what do? We'll bring a burning candle over here and we notice that the candle starts burning with a popping sound. And this proves that when metal reacts with acid, hydrogen gas is formed. Here, this is the general equation of reaction between metal and acid. When acid reacts with metal, it gives salt and hydrogen gas. H2SO4 and metal. The reaction gives ZnSO4 and H2. This is another example of metal and acid. Magnesium is metal and hydrochloric acid. It gives magnesium chloride and hydrogen. Salt and hydrogen. These are another examples of reaction between metal and acid. Calcium, 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 zinc, magnesium, magnesium. These all are metals and they are reacting with acid. And what do we see? We can see that in this reaction respective salts are formed. But one thing is common and that is hydrogen. Hydrogen is formed. What happens when metal react with base? Metals, all the metals do not react with base. But here is a special reaction between metal and NaOH and it gives Na2ZnO2. Hydrogen gas is released over here also. So when base and acid react with metal, hydrogen gas is released. But remember one thing, that all the metals do not react with base. In this special reaction between metal and NaOH, we get sodium zincate. How do metal carbonates and metal hydrogen carbonate react with acids? This is the general equation of reaction between metal carbonate or metal hydrogen carbonate with acid. It gives salt, carbon dioxide and water. Here are examples of reaction between metal carbonate and acid, metal hydrogen carbonate and acid. In first equation, when sodium carbonate react with HCl, we get sodium chloride, water and carbon dioxide. Sodium chloride salt, carbon dioxide and water. In another reaction also, when metal hydrogen carbonate reacts with acid, we get salt, water and carbon dioxide. One another example is also added over here. On passing carbon dioxide gas evolved through lime water, what do we get? We get calcium carbonate and water. If we pass excess carbon dioxide in the following reaction, what happens? We get CaHCO3, that is aqueous. Aqueous means पानी में घुला हुआ, soluble in water. How do acids and base react with each other? आपस में reaction करते हैं तो क्या होता है? When acids and base react with each other, a very important reaction occurs and that is known as neutralization. Acid plus base gives salt plus water. Acids are acidic in nature, bases are basic in nature, but the product salt is neither acidic nor basic. That is neutral in nature, and that is why the reaction is known as neutralization reaction. Here is the example of reaction: NaOH plus HCl. NaOH is base, HCl is acid, and they give NaCl plus H2O. Here you can see in this animation also, when HCl is reacting with NaOH. See, this is HCl and this is reacting with NaOH, and NaCl is formed and H2O is formed. Here are the examples of neutralization reaction: reactions between acids and base. The substance containing OH are all base, and the substance containing H plus ion are acids. And while reacting, they are giving salt and water, salt and water. You can see one thing is common in all these reactions, and that is water. So when acid and base reacts together, salt and water is formed, and the reaction is known as neutralization reaction. Reaction of metallic oxides with acid. What happens when metallic oxides react with acid? Here also we get salt and water. Salt and water, that is similar to the reaction of base with acid. That is general reaction between metal oxide and acid. It gives salt and water. Let us see the example of chemical reaction: CuO plus 2HCl. CuO means copper oxide, 2HCl means acid, and it gives us CuCl2 plus H2O, means salt and water. In another example also, MgO plus 2HCl. Magnesium oxide plus acid give magnesium chloride and water. Salt and water. Metallic oxides are said to be basic oxides. Why? Because these oxides, when react with water, they give base. That is why they are called basic oxide or basic in nature. So metallic oxides are basic in nature. Let me explain it with the help of an example. Na2O, metallic oxide. When react with water, they give base. 2NaOH is base. Example of metallic oxides are calcium oxide, magnesium oxide, barium oxide, and reaction of non-metallic oxide with base. Non-metallic oxide react with base to give salt and water. Again, same reaction as in the case of base and acid. This is the general equation of non-metal oxide and base. When reaction is occurring between them, we get salt and water. CO2, non-metal oxide. CaOH2, base, and we get CaCO3 plus H2O, that is calcium carbonate, salt and water. Non-metallic oxides are acidic oxide. Why? Because when they react with water, they give acid. That is why they are called acidic in nature. CO2 plus H2O gives carbonic acid. SO2 plus H2O gives sulfuric acid. Example: CO and 2O. What do all acids and all bases have in common? Let us see. This is an arrangement of the experiment that shows us what do all acids and all bases have in common. What is done in the experiment? In this experiment, we have taken acid that is filled in a beaker, and two nails are being taken, and those two nails are arranged on a cork, and they are connected with a wire. The wire is connected with a switch and then to the bulb. Now, switch on the circuit, what do you see? Now the circuit will be complete and we see the current will start flowing and the bulb will glow. What does it mean? It means the solution that is filled over here is a good conductor of electricity. That is why when the circuit is complete, current can flow and the bulb is glowing. It means the acid is a good conductor of electricity. The same experiment can be repeated by filling NaOH in the speaker. At that time we will observe that bulb is glowing. It means what? It means both acids and base are good electrolytes, means they are good conductor of electricity. What happens when we do the same experiment with glucose and alcohol? At that time the bulb does not glow. It means the electricity is not flowing through this solution that is filled in the beaker. Why? Because glucose and alcohol do not get ionized completely. They do not release H plus and OH minus ion, which are responsible to carry the electricity, because ions are the carriers of electricity. So when glucose and alcohol do not release ions, electricity will not be conducted. And the substance that carry electricity or that conduct electricity are called electrolytes. Here is the comparison of the properties of acid and base. Acids are sour in taste when base are bitter. Base are slippery, चिकना होता है सोपी जैसा. Acids are not. pH value of acids is less than 7. pH value of base is more than 7. Acid release hydronium ion when base release hydroxide ion. Acid corrode the metal, bases do not corrode the metal. Acid react with metal and release the hydrogen gas. Base generally do not react with metals to release the hydrogen gas. So one example only I gave you, the reaction between NaOH and Zn, that was the special case to form sodium zincate. Acids turns litmus paper red and bases turns litmus paper blue. What happens to the acid or base in a water solution? To explain that also, help of an activity is being taken over here. What is the activity? Let us see. Take the sodium chloride in a test tube. Here is the dry test tube. Sodium chloride has been taken. And add some concentrated sulfuric acid slowly. The acid should touch the surface of the test tube. Now, close the test tube with the help of a rubber cork and then fitted the rubber cork with a guard tube containing calcium chloride. This calcium chloride is anhydrous. It absorbs the water, the moisture. Hydrogen chloride is evolved in this reaction and that hydrogen chloride gas will come out, but in between the calcium chloride will absorb all the moisture from it and we will get dry HCl. What does this activity shows? This experiment suggests that the hydrogen ion in HCl are produced in presence of water and the separation of H plus ion from HCl molecules cannot occur in absence of water. In presence of water only, H plus ion are being released by acid. HCl plus H2O. See carefully. Acid in presence of water releases H3O ion and Cl minus ion. From where this H3O ion come? So now let me explain this. First we will explain this equation and then I will tell you what is this H3O. HCl is acid. In presence of water, it releases H plus ion and Cl minus ion. H plus ion and Cl minus ion. this H plus ion cannot exist alone. Immediately it will combine with another molecule of water and form this H3O plus ion that I have shown over here. So that is H3O plus hydronium ion. That is explained in this picture also. This is H2O, water molecule. Water molecule is ionized into H plus and OH minus. This H plus ion cannot stay alone. It will immediately go to the molecule of water and form this H3O ion. So that occurs when acid is mixed with water. So acid gets ionized in H plus and OH minus. The same reaction takes place in the case of base. NaOH, this is base. In presence of water, that will also get ionized in Na plus and OH minus. Here is the example of another two base KOH and MgOH twice. In presence of water, they also get ionized in positive ions and negative ions. So base releases OH minus ions. The base that are soluble in water are called alkali. Remember, all bases are not soluble in water. The term neutralization is again introduced over here, that already we have learnt about that acid and base gives salt plus water, and that is neutralization. Here you can see acid have H plus ion, base has OH minus ion. So when H and OH, acid plus base reacts, we get salt and water. H plus and OH minus gives H2O, and this M and X give MX. That is neutralization reaction. Dilution. Dilution means mixing water in acid or base. But how to mix? We are not supposed to pour water or acid in any of base or acid or water. What we are supposed to do? We are supposed to mix acid into water slowly and with constant stirring. Why? Because this process is very much exothermic one. When we mix acid or base into water, a heat is produced, and that heat can cause the mixture splash out, and it can cause burns also. The glass container that we are using for dilution of the substance can also be broken down due to excessive local heat. So the process of dissolving an acid or a base in water is a highly exothermic one, and this process is known as dilution. Mixing an acid or base with water results in decreasing the concentration of ions per unit volume. Such a process is called dilution, and the acid or the base, you have seen this warning sign when you go to the laboratory on the bottles of acid and base. Why? Because they are very dangerous if you touch them directly, or if they fall on your clothes or materials. That is why you are supposed to handle these acids and bases in the presence of your teacher only, and with an extra effort. This is the pH scale that tells us about how strong are acid or base. The pH scale, pH is simply number that tells us about the strength of acid or base. This pH varies from 0 to 14. If the pH number of any solution is 0, it means it is highly acidic. And if the pH number is 14, it means it is highly basic. The number will vary. If it is 7, it means it is neutral, neither basic nor acidic. The pH scale was given by scientist Sorensen. On the pH scale, we can measure pH from 0 to 14, as I told you, and pH should be thought of simply as a number which indicates the acidic or basic 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and so on. Higher the hydronium ion concentration, lower the pH value. pH value जितनी कम है, acidity उतनी ज़्यादा है. If any substance has 1 pH value and another one has 6 pH value, which one is more acidic? The solution having 1 pH value is more acidic in the comparison of 6. pH paper. pH paper also gives us some rough idea by showing the colors about the acidic property or basic property of any substance. On pH paper, we can see the colors from red to blue. Dark red, light red, orange, yellow, greenish, dark green, light blue, and dark blue. Dark blue color shows base, highly basic property, and dark red color shows highly acidic property. That is not the perfect or exact idea about the strength of acid or basis, but then also we can get a rough idea about the acidity or basicity of the substance. Here are some strong acids and some strong bases, HCl and LiOH. These two are the substances that are showing strong acidity and strong basicity. HCl is a strong acid. LiOH is a strong base. HBr, NaOH, Hi, KOH, then other acids and other bases. On which basis we can say the substance is strong acid or strong base? Very simple. In water, if the acid gets completely ionized, it is strong. If it is not getting completely ionized, it is weak. In the same manner, the base. If in water, the base is getting completely ionized, it is strong base. If not, it is weak base. So, if acid gets completely ionized in water and gives H plus ions, it means it is a strong acid. And if base gets completely ionized in water and produces OH minus ion, it means it is a strong base. H plus ion and OH minus ion, if they are more in numbers in the solution is strong acid or strong base. So what decides that the solution is strong or not? Presence of H plus ion and OH minus ion decides the strength of the solution. More H plus ion, the solution is strong acidic. More OH minus ion, the solution is strong base. So this was in part 1 of this chapter, acid, base and salts. I hope that you enjoyed the session and you were with me when I was explaining and you understood it clearly. Now thank you children. We'll meet in part 2 of this chapter. Thank you.